I'm calling the meeting to order of the City of South Lebanon regular meeting of City Council in August 15th, 2024 at 6:00 p.m.
Allen?
Present.
Oh, we have two Allens.
Carmack? Carmack?
Present.
Combs? Fetter?
Present.
Harrison?
Present.
Spicer?
Present.
Thank you. Could you all rise for the prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance? Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. Bless our country and our community. Protect our military and all our first responders. Let us all work together respectfully for the good of our citizens and bless the work we do to benefit our citizens. Help us to work transparently for our city's sake. Thank you for your grace. In your name we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you for coming out tonight, everyone. And our first guest this evening is Richard Kanga from the Lebanon Area Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, tonight I have one handout and two recommendations I'd like to share with you. The first is a handout. They developed the city map of South Lebanon and Lebanon.
Pretty cool.
But anyway, that's what they put together. That's the first thing. You look at the one, the logo of the city of South Lebanon. Thank you. Both for business and for the citizens, how they feel about the city. And my recommendation is that your city logo is out of date and that you need a new one.
Funny you should say that.
Okay, if you're working on it, that's great. We've been talking about it up at the chamber. And I know the first thing that you would say is how much it's going to cost. It's not going to cost anything. Because with the marketing people we have up there, they can do the development. And once we get a team down here, somebody from the council, or if you guys are doing this, that's fine too. Get together and develop some new ones. But while I have the PowerPoint, I'll just share some things with you. If you can get down to the next one. That's the city of Cincinnati. And you see it's busy. It dates to the 20s. Yeah, it's got the nice sword. And I call it the swoosh. Because you got the C swoosh there. And what they do is they can use that C. And what they can do, the sword charm. If you folks want to go ahead and pursue this on your own, that's fine. But if you would like, the chamber could take a hand in this and help you with it. So if you want me just to back off here, if you folks are working on this.
We're going to let Roland is our lead on this, and he's going to show his design this evening.
Okay.
So
you've got it covered then. Okay, now going on to the next. If you look at, next. And the one thing and you're missing out on a lot here with what the chamber can offer. Right now, the one thing that Lebanon is doing with the Christmas parade, they're looking at having a skating rink for the carriage parade. And it's going to be one of those all-weather ones. Cost $20-something thousand, but they have arranged for sponsors to pay for that. Right now, they're finalizing it because they want to make sure that the company will cover the insurance. The other thing is with any kind of events, they can arrange for live bands, and the country bands are very popular around here right now. And again, they cost, but they get sponsors to pay for. And that's something that you can get in on to help with the events down here. The sunflower, the car shows, the horse parade. The horse parade is another good one because right now they're talking with the Ohio Horseman Association and all the carriage people up there. And they would love to be able to talk about your parade with horses down here to help improve it, make it, not improve it, but make it more horses or whatever that would be. But the bottom line is there's a lot of marketing that you're missing out on by not having somebody from the chamber on your committee. And I would recommend that if you have 1 or 2 people on the committee that does these events, have Janice on that, and she can have her marketing team help you. Amy Brewer is part of that now too. And she's really good at all this stuff. And they can help with events like the skating rink, not the skating rink, but whatever you have down here, they can help make it a bigger event. Because, and I don't mean this as a criticism, but right now you come across as a village instead of a city. And I think having the chamber help you with this marketing, you can put on your big city pants or skirts and then take the advantage of all that. It's free. And there's a lot of power up there to do that. So,
Well, we have an events committee, and so what we'll do is we'll call Janice and she can let Amy or whoever knows. And Linda, are you the chair of that?
Yes.
Get in touch with them, and our events, all of our committees are active in meeting.
Mhm.
So they can be included in this and help us move on as well.
that would be perfect. More than happy to come to part of those meetings and help where they can. All of it.
I can forward you her information.
So anyway, that's all I have.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now I'm going to open the floor for public comments. And I know to wait for Randy if he wants to say something, but I have Alan Limp. And could you please state your name and address?
Yeah, Alan Lemp, 5136 Grants Frederick. I'm here to talk about the proposed non-parking issue in Grants Frederick. I think it is a horrible thing to do. Not only would it push all traffic onto one side of the street, what will people do for trash day? We have cars that park on both sides of the street throughout that entire oval. Also, what will it do for curb appeal? How will that affect the house prices and the property taxes that come through for these homes being valued in the city that the income is coming in for? Let alone, I see a bus from a different school district drive around that oval every single day during the school year. They've never had a problem at all. I work from home. My office is the top middle of my house. I watch it happen every single day. They've never had an issue. Most of the bus drivers for Little Miami, they turn around, do a turn, and take off, or they go down to the D loop and come back. I've never, in the 3 years that I've been taking my daughters to that bus stop, seen an issue. So I'm kind of wondering where this issue is arising from. How all of a sudden that we have to spend money on something that really isn't an issue, that maybe somebody made 1 or 2 complaints on because they maybe didn't have the training they were supposed to have. Also, if we're going to put signs all around the entire neighborhood, the installation, the price it's going to cost, where's that coming from? Can we put that to better training for the bus drivers? Can we make sure that we're taking all these necessary steps first before we jump drastically to changing an entire neighborhood's habits? This will drastically affect our neighborhood, drastically. And why should people on the inside of the loop, myself, be punished because somebody doesn't know how to drive a bus between 2 cars, when everybody else in the neighborhood is getting a positive effect? They no longer have cars in front of their house. They no longer have to worry about that kind of stuff. That seem fair? I don't think so. So I think we can try to put our heads together, figure out a way to come through this and figure out a better solution than just jumping straight to, hey, no parking by the sidewalk side of the oval, and really try to find the right solution for this. I'm happy to have a conversation with any of you privately after this, or all of you together on a separate time, and sit down and try to do this together.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jerry, did you want to address this? Need to turn your mic on.
Yeah, I mean, I can go over it real quick, just a brief overview. Just we received a request from the Little Miami transportation supervisor regarding the condition of the bus situation there in Grants Frederick. Find the map. We received a request from the transportation supervisor at the Little Miami schools. From there, I sent a request out to the sheriff's office, Sergeant Adams, and fire chief for Hamilton Township, Chief Jewett. And he had, in addition to the transportation supervisor, he mentioned that they had trouble with apparatus getting through that section. So went ahead and prepared an ordinance to create a fire lane. So, but that's what we have is to debate it. So, you know, we do have the input from the public safety folks and the school folks. So, and the residents have another opinion as well. So,
Please step up to the microphone.
Would like to note too that the fire department does come through every Halloween with their fire truck and ambulance to hand out candy to the kids. And they have never once had an issue during that time. And on that day specifically, there are more cars parked on the street because people are doing fire pits on their driveway and everything of the like and passing out candy. And they're making sure their driveways are clear so the kids can come through. And they've never once had an issue getting through the neighborhood or getting out of the neighborhood, period.
I'm just going by what he responded back to me.
Just want to make sure you're hearing both sides, Jerry. Appreciate it. Thank you.
So this is just the first reading as well. So
correct.
Yeah.
Yes, this is just the first reading and it will be entered into the record. Nothing will happen. Now we can have more discussion here. Is there anybody else here to speak on the issue? Okay. Eric Kelly, could you please step? Sure. This is Eric Kelly and Bill O'Neill.
Yes, so we are.
Could
both
you
on,
state your addresses?
5128 Grants Frederick.
5181 Grants Frederick.
So we are both on the board of the HOA, and we kind of had no idea this meeting was coming until our president told us last night. Kind of going off Seth's comments, when we had the fire department in for Halloween. They've had no issues. It's been a little tight, but they've had more people parking in the street on those days. When I went to work at 6 this morning, there were 6 cars on the street. We do know a lot of the homeowners park in the front of the neighborhood when the bus comes to pick up the students. And we've kind of quickly came up with a solution. If we can present that to the council.
What if we want to get with the fire department? I can set up a meeting with them and maybe you and bring it back the next week.
And-
Can we
So-
show you our
Yeah.
thoughts on it?
Yeah.
Who's it need to go to?
You can,
Thought is that there's no parking or the parking restrictions at the entrance and also in the G on the west side. I think that's where the school bus is downtown.
We thought this was a good solution to kind of meet the school's complaints of the buses having trouble making a turn into the neighborhood. And then they can go around, because as Seth has mentioned, I've seen the bus that picks up the students for St. Margaret of York just come in, stop at each house, pick up the students for that school, and just drive out and go through the circle with no problem. We also have a few residents that drive semis that bring them into the neighborhood when they have to service them. Again, no problem fitting between 2 cars. And we had what was that, 3 months ago? We had a SWAT situation in the neighborhood, and none of the police officers had issues getting to that scene and securing the scene. So we don't see where the issue is. We do agree that at the front of the neighborhood, a lot of the home parents do park up front close. That does make it hard for a bus to swing in, but that's only for the 30 minutes at the beginning of the day and 30 minutes when they come to pick up the kids.
could you please,
That was my question. Is this just parents clogging it up? It's
Yes.
not like
No,
daily.
no.
Correct.
Daily, I've seen maybe 8 cars total parked through the whole neighborhood on that section.
Yeah, because in this picture you have about 5.
Yeah,
council members, I must remind you to state your name when you're making a comment, so it goes on the record.
I know a place in the neighborhood is that first kind of D loop on the right-hand side. Does have a lot of cars in there, but again, that's not where the bus is really going to be driving through. And there's plenty of space for a fire truck to park outside there, get their hoses, and if needed, battle the fires at those houses.
We'll tell you what we're gonna do. Is there any other council member that has any comment? Tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and do this, enter this into the record as the first reading.
Mhm.
But in between now and then, we will be meeting with the fire chief and we will go from there.
Okay,
And we will take all of your suggestions into consideration
okay.
and we'll let you know before anything else
Mhm.
moves forward.
And then I'd like to mention the Deerfield Township Battalion Chief lives in our neighborhood, and he's never brought any concerns with fire apparatus being able to function within the neighborhood due to cars.
Okay,
So
thank you very much.
no problem. Thank you for your time.
Does council have any other questions for them? Could you please come to state your name and address?
Chris Robin, 5200 Grants Trail. So what is the process for notifying citizens of when points of contention like this come up? Because this is the first that we're hearing about it. We heard it through the grapevine. So literally my wife told me about it when it was posted on Facebook after our upstanding HOA members notified us. I think that you probably would have had a much larger turnout voicing concern for this from our neighborhood if we would have been notified about this. So is there some kind of standard procedure by which you guys would notify us when decisions are to be discussed, reviewed, or voted on when it comes to our houses? Is there any
As
notification
speaking as
process?
the mayor, I like to have information out there as quickly as possible to everybody. And my preference would be 30 days notice.
Mine as
okay.
well. That'd be great.
And sometimes things happen quickly and things, we have holdups with dates or whatever. But
Sure.
that's what we'd like to see happen on any of these things. And I know that, didn't you just get the notice? Go ahead.
Yeah, we just, notified Tom Broush, the HOA president yesterday, and notifying that this is only the first reading, right? So,
Right.
so we just found out last week, trying to get the ordinance together.
So if you are to have a meeting with the fire chief or any other public officials like that, or vested interests in town, will that be held at city council meetings? Would that be available for us to participate or listen in on those conversations as well? I think their input would, I mean, just for
think-
me, it'd be important to hear what the fire chief has to say about our neighborhood.
It would be important for me that you maybe pick a representative from the neighborhood and we would notify you of that meeting. And I would encourage someone to attend from your neighborhood to speak for you. We do have your input now on this,
Mhm.
and that will be presented, but if the HOA president or whatever, meeting with the fire chief wouldn't necessarily be in a public forum like this, but we could have him here to do that. But
I would think, and I'm just speaking for myself, but I think the rest of us would probably be in agreement that if we were notified ahead of time of the time and place for that meeting, for us to arrange appointed representatives, either from our HOA or just from our neighborhood,
we will absolutely do that.
that would be great. I very much appreciate that. And one other comment regarding the school buses and the parents and the log jam at the beginning of the day. There's one bus that comes at 8:40 in the morning, right? All three of my kids are on that bus, right? So parents come down, they drop their kids off. Then when the bus pulls out, everybody just goes home, right? So another proposal that I might put out there is, if it's within the purview of the transportation department at Little Miami, perhaps we add a second bus stop further back into the neighborhood, which would potentially cut down on the number of people that are driving their little kids to the front, because that's kindergarten, first, second, third graders, right? So it's not a huge walk, but there's more cars when it's raining. There's more cars when it's snowing. There's a lot more cars on the first day of school. You know what I mean? So as time goes on throughout the year, that waxes and wanes. But perhaps if we added another pickup location further back, we might also alleviate this problem. In
Those-
addition to
Well, I think
the
that was
proposal
issue.
that we put forward about potentially limiting the amount of no parking that's there.
I think that was the issue that the transportation supervisor brought up, was there's not room enough for the buses to navigate the circle to loop.
So they actually do. And that's the odd thing. We've had multiple bus drivers come on that same, like 8:30 in the morning or 8:40, and then the subsequent let out, right? Which is about 4:30. We've had a few different bus drivers that come and go from our neighborhood. One of them used to do a 3-point turn right in the intersection, and that was with or without cars. Another one would pull up to what we call the D loop, which is the little private drive next to my house is in that little loop. It's on the side of that, right? One guy would just turn left, he'd go in through the loop, and then he'd just, without backing up, just come straight back out. No issue. So I think that there's much better alternatives than suddenly imposing a restriction on, how many houses is that? 50? Okay. Rather than imposing a broad restriction, effectively having our public parking, which none of us signed up for when we bought the house, I think that there's many alternatives that we could explore, just to name a few, as well as what was entered into the record earlier. So thank you for hearing me. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Are there any other questions from council? Okay. As I said before, we entered in the ordinance 2024-17. Oh, I'm sorry. Closing the floor. And entering it into the record. I just closed the floor to the public comment, is all. So we will come back in 2 weeks, but in the meantime, we will set up that meeting and notify you and have someone, Bill might be since he's the HOA president, might want to be, oh, okay, Tom, sorry.
He's very astute at
Okay. Thank you. Thank you all for coming. We're entering into the record for the first reading ordinance 2024-17, establishing no parking regulations and authorization, no parking signage on Grants Frederick. Okay, that's just the first reading. That's not going into effect. Okay, moving on. Emergency Resolution 2024-30, approving a revision to the fiscal year 2024 Community Development Block Grant, Kings Avenue Street Improvement. Council, do I hear any discussion? Is there any discussion, any questions? Hearing none, I need a motion to suspend the two reading rule and a second.
Linda Allen, I make a motion to suspend waive the rules.
Brenda Combs, second.
Allen,
Yay.
Carmack,
Yay.
Combs,
Yay.
Better,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
Yay.
I need a motion and a second to pass by title only.
Linda Allen, I make a motion to pass by title only.
Brenda Combs, second.
Allen,
Yay.
Carmack,
Yay.
Combs,
Yay.
Feder,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
Yay.
I need a motion to approve travel expenses for the Director of Finance to attend the Ohio Government Finance Officers Annual Conference. I need a motion and a second to approve.
Combs, a motion to approve.
Better second.
Allen,
Yay.
Carmack,
Yay.
Combs,
Yay.
Feder,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
Yay.
Thank you. Motion carries. I need a motion a motion and a second to approve all the invoices.
Linda Allen, I'll make a motion to approve.
Brenda Combs, second.
Allen,
Yay.
Carmack,
Yay.
Combs,
Yay.
Feder,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
Yay.
Motion carries. Thank you. Motion to approve the July financial statements. Motion and second.
Brenda Combs, motion made.
Linda Allen, second.
Allen,
Yay.
Carmack,
Yay.
Combs,
Yay.
Feder,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
Yay.
Thank you. Motion carries. I need a motion to approve the regular minute meetings of August the 1st, 2024, if there are no corrections or additions.
Linda Allen, I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Combs, second.
Allen,
Yay.
Carmack,
Yay.
Combs,
Yay.
Feder,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
Yay.
Thank you. Motion carries. Moving on to communications and reports from city officials and committees. My report, I just want to remind council members of the Municipal League dinner, and if you have not made a reservation with me, to get with me to do so. I have 4 reservations, and those who have RSVP'd, I've got you, so don't worry about that. But if anybody else wants to attend, please let me know. I have to have those turned in by tomorrow. A reminder of the Warren County Health District mobile van will be here September the 10th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And they will be giving, pull this out. Acute care visits, TB skin tests, just all kinds of different things. Immunizations, and this is free. So if you know anyone who needs something like this, please let them know. It's on our website and our Facebook page. Movie in the Park is this Saturday night, August the 17th. And the movie is Migration. And it's a cute movie. Free hot dogs, popcorn, and ices while they last. It starts at 8:30 p.m. And I want to thank First Baptist Church of South Lebanon for donating that. And I want to thank our event committee for putting this together, and Jerry for getting all the legal end of it taken care of. You wouldn't believe what that, it has to be done for that. I want to thank all of our committees for getting together and meeting, and remind those that haven't, we need to meet and come up with projects that they would like to explore to see if these would fit into the budget for the fiscal year 2025. I want to thank Tony and the maintenance workers for the crosswalks that they are painting that I had been asking for 7 years. I wrote down that was the events thing for the chamber. I'd like to thank our sheriff's deputies for all they do. And that's all I have for this evening myself. So we will move on. Cheat sheet now. Okay, our Director of Finance, Tina.
Thank you, Mayor. This past, well, I guess 2 Saturdays ago, Saturday, August 3rd, we had our civil service account clerk exam. And this week, the Civil Service Commission met to approve the eligibility list. And now with an approved list, I will be contacting individuals probably tomorrow, if not Monday, to set up interviews. I'm hopeful that we will have somebody in here then by the end of August. So just let you guys know. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Tina. Our Administrator, Jerry.
Yeah, just a couple things, just to update, I know the Mason Mar Millgrove project is underway. They're doing the widening today, and then I think by the next week or so, they'll have the repaving on that portion completed. So the Broadway and Section Street storm sewer project, they're going to be starting on August 26th. That should last a week to 2 weeks. That's up here at the intersection with all the cones and barrels are. That's been sitting there for a year. So we're finally got somebody to get that wrapped up. Hobart Street sidewalk, they've got pushed back, so it's probably late September before they'll start. That also includes the fence along Hobart to get replaced. Tuesday, we opened the bids for the Forest Avenue Ohio Public Works project. So the low bid was about $150,000 under the estimate. So our engineer is reviewing the contractor and the bids to make sure everything was in order. So since there's a 2-week break, depending on the schedule of the contractor, hopefully we can wait till September, but we may have to have a special meeting, but hopefully not. Last week there was, over the weekend, a sinkhole developed at the corner of Section and Pike Street due to a faulty old storm sewer. So the guys have called an oops, and they're going to be working tomorrow to get that replaced. So part of Pike Street will be closed from Section to High Street for part of the day tomorrow. So have to get that notice out. It's kind of late notice on me, so we're gonna get that out. Just a couple of- This is our the new subdivision going in at Stryker and Grandin. So the arbor's at Grandin Pond. This is the entrance from Stryker Road. So they're heavy into it. Dig Excavating's the contractor. So they expect to have building permits by like late November. So they'll be moving along. And also we got our new sign at our bioswale over at the from the Soil and Water Conservation District. That's at the parking lot across the street. Turned out nice. Our guys installed the sign. It turned out nice. I think that's it.
Okay, thank you, Jerry. And our law director, who's just returned to us from a fabulous vacation.
I do not have anything to report this evening.
Deputy Fox, would you like to say anything?
No, ma'am. Sergeant Adams,
Okay, thank you for everything you do. Could you let us know? Yes, who that guy is. And are you going to be coming down here?
Is from what I've heard this lot is,
Okay. Well, welcome. Thank you. Okay, Council Member Pfizer, would you like to present your?
Earlier today, I met with the Economic Development Committee. It was a pretty productive meeting. We came up with, we're going to be asking for on the budget for next year, a survey for developing the area and what areas need addressed and all that. And I have two more committees that need to meet, the Parks and Rec and the Public Works Committees. I sent out emails on that and I'm still waiting to hear back from a few people. Okay. Probably what it is. So we'll be meeting soon and we'll have all that ready for the Finance Committee. And also, I just got done last night with my proposal for the new city seal. I sent it to Jerry if you can pull it up. So been working on that for a few months. I had to learn a lot of digital art. I'm not a digital artist, so that took a while. But yeah, the committee's met a few times. I've took a lot of input from the other members, and this is kind of what we came up with. So there's also a color version too. So if maybe next meeting, if we wanted to put that on to vote on it, or if you wanted to handle it. And that's all I have this evening. So a while back, we adopted a new city flag, and that's the crest I put on the shield was actually our new flag that I also came up with. It's the old South Lebanon School District colors was the blue and the white, and the 3 stars represent, there was 3 individual communities that came together to form South Lebanon early on. I think it was Deerfield, South Lebanon Station, and a little burg called Mary Ellen. And they merged together around 1795. And the 2 stripes represent, I believe, Turtle Creek and Dry Run coming together at Little Miami, and that's where we were situated initially. So a lot of thought went into everything that went in there. So thank you.
And what Roland explained to us today was that the black and white one would be used on stationery and things like that. And this would be used on everything else. Right. Thank you. Does anybody have any comments or anything? Okay. Moving on to Councilmember Federer. Turn your, yep.
I am out of sorts. I would like to thank you guys for your continued work on Zoll Road. It is getting much safer. I appreciate that. You guys drive it all the time, so you know what I'm talking about. It kind of turns into the Autobahn down there. But that is much appreciated. And I also enjoyed the self-defense course. I would highly recommend that if they do it again to attend. It is a good thing.
Councilmember Carmack.
Yes, I would like to thank our residents for coming in and giving us your point of view on things because we don't always see that. So it's nice to know instead of just seeing one side of things. So thanks.
Councilmember Harrison.
Be repeating, but thank you again for all you do. And it was an excellent course, that self-defense course. And they said that they would come back again if we showed, if there's an interest, which every time I post it, people say they want to take it. And I do recommend everyone to take it. And of course, our, all of our heroes, the fire department, Union Township, I'm going to send out a thank you for keeping us, safe, and you guys. And that's about it.
Thank you. Councilmember Allen.
Yes. So we're going to talk a little bit about movie night. Jerry, we'll need to, do we know what time they're actually coming to set up down there? Did they tell us?
I don't know. Exact time. Yeah. But I think they're planning on starting like 8:30 or so, 8:45, depending on if it's cloudy or not. So if it's cloudy, it'll start. Yeah, and it's not a long movie, so kids don't have to wait. It'll be a super long, I think it's like 80 minutes or something.
Time they're coming to set up the screen and everything.
I don't have an exact time, but I'll find out. Yeah.
And the other thing is, Brenda and I talked to Jeremiah at the First Baptist Church, and they said they would come down and start setting up at 7 to get all their stuff together and check with all of us that everything's,
And
right there. Yeah.
Serving by 7.
And they'll be serving by 7:30. So.
Yeah, it's a 30-foot screen that they're gonna be. It's a big one. It's not the biggest, but they have a 40-foot as well. So we thought 30 would be big enough for initial.
Councilmember Combs.
I'm very excited about movie night. The children are absolutely so excited. Once we've been talking to them at the park about it, and man, are they excited. And I'd like to thank the Sheriff's Department for all their hard work, and Union Township, as well as our workers, our town workers. I've been noticing them out there really working their buns off, and I'm very proud of them. And I'm proud of all of our city workers that work inside this building. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Turn your mic on.
Oh, sorry. Ought to have it. I need a motion to move into executive session under section 121.22 G1 of the Ohio Revised Code for a conference with the city law director to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee. Oh, again, ought to have it.
Hey, mine too. Linda Allen, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn to executive session for the purpose authorized under this section 121.22.
Brenda Combs, second.
Allen,
Yay.
Carmack,
Yay.
Combs,
Yay.
Feder,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
Yay.
Remember, you can't Session in a second.
Sorry, hold on 1 second.
Okay,
Brenda
sorry.
Combs, motion.
Wait.
Oh, hold on, sorry.
We gotta
Turn the
record.
recorder back on.
Yeah, they passed.
I'm going to ask for a motion to come out of executive session in a second.
Motion made to come out of executive section. No action was taken.
Second.
Yes, no action was taken. Moving on to, okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. Allen,
Yay.
Carmack,
Yay.
Combs,
Yay.
Feder,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
Yay.
Motion carries. Thank you. And does anybody else have any questions or concerns for the good of the order? Hearing none, I need a motion and a second to adjourn.
Motion made to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Hearing none. Meeting adjourned.